Namaste, astrology adventurers. What's up? So, some of you have expressed concerns about the recent transit of Rahu and Ketu into the signs of Aquarius and Leo, respectively. And this took place 4 days ago, May 29th, and will last for a year and a half, 18 months. So, lots to talk about. I'm Paul Manley, and you're watching Light on Vedic Astrology. So first of all, let's understand what Rahu and Ketu are. So they're not planets with orbits around the sun. They are points in space that cause the eclipses. So this is business as usual. Rahu and Ketu are always transiting. They are always in some signs, and they're always causing eclipses every 6 months, like clockwork. So then why are they so feared? Why is this axis of Rahu and Ketu so so much of a concern? Well, what I would say is that even though this is business as usual and eclipses are happening, sometimes they could be this could be affecting important points in the chart, like the ascendant, where the sun is placed, where the moon is placed. It could be in the 10th house, and that can represent change in one's job or position in one's company also. So this Rahu and Ketu represent an axis of change, fluctuation, flux, instability. So Rahu brings this desire for change. Rahu is a planet that hates boredom. So if let's just say your job is becoming stale, you're not learning, there's very little upside, you're not very excited about being there, this can be a time when you seek out other employment. And so Rahu can shake things up. Like it gives this complex of the grass is greener. Maybe we should look on the other side of the fence. Maybe we should apply here and there. And so Rahu is restless by nature. And so desirous of change, of something more. So Rahu represents expanding outward. You could say when planets are transiting, we have to, it's like a science experiment. It's a chemistry experiment. We have the planets and then we have the signs, and we're mixing them together, the two together. So Rahu, for instance, going into the sign of Aquarius, what can we say about that? Is it going to explode like your chemistry experiment? Yes. The answer is yes. Rahu explodes and moves outward. So it's by contrast, Ketu implodes, goes inward. Rahu explodes, goes outward. So Rahu is materialistic. Ketu is spiritual. Rahu is external, looks at things. How can we improve things in our material world? Ketu is interested in spiritual growth. It looks inward. And so this is a powerful axis pulling us in both directions. So like I said, this happens so frequently. It's not significant until these eclipses and this axis is really on a sensitive point. So first of all, that's what you need to find out. How do you have planets on this axis? Maybe you have a lot of planets on this axis. Maybe it's your ascendant, Rahu, or Rahu being in Aquarius is on your ascendant. Ketu in Leo is on your ascendant. So first of all, that would be the place to look, how this transit may affect you. So think of it as an area of flux, of change. And so this takes on the qualities of the sign. So Rahu in Aquarius. So it's like the planets are the actors. The signs are the costumes that the actors wear. So Rahu in the sign of Aquarius, this is an intellectual air sign. First of all, it represents technology. So it's, yes, interested in knowledge, information, like you would expect from an air sign. But this is the sign of technology ruled by Saturn, a malefic planet. So representing technology. So innovative technology. We can definitely expect that in the next year and a half, advances in technology are going to be, I mean, it's a given. We already know AI is here. This is only going to go further in the next year and a half. And this could be multi-dimensional. Many ways that change in technology is evolving now at a fast rate. So we can expect that. So, but the sign of Aquarius, the costume that Rahu wears, the question is, what is the bigger cause? Aquarius is a sign of this bigger cause, a bigger perspective, not only the self, what's best for me, but what's best for the collective. It's a sign of the collective, of groups, or you might say humanity at large, the biggest group that we can think of. So it's not only new development, new technology, new innovations for that sake, but what can evolve for the greater good. So that's the sign of Aquarius. And so it's a humanitarian sign. I mean, at its best, you might say. So if Ketu is going through Leo, how is this opposite? I mean, we know that the signs are opposite. They balance one another. The planets, Rahu and Ketu, are opposites and happen to also be exactly opposite from one another. I mean, a polarity, whereas the other planets are not a polarity. There are oppositions. Sun and moon are opposites, but they're not in opposition or on a polarity like Rahu and Ketu. So they come bound together. All right. So then Ketu is going to be in Leo. So if Rahu in Aquarius represents the collective, Ketu in Leo represents the self. So the sign of Leo it's all about me, right? It's all about getting attention, personal power, prestige, and power structures, you could say. So Ketu, as I mentioned earlier, implodes or represents an area of dissatisfaction, thinking about something differently. Rahu and Ketu, another key word here is this is a point of an axis of unorthodoxy, unconventionality. So doing things differently. So when we're talking about power, which the sign of Leo is a sign of royalty, so it represents power inherently. So looking at power differently in an unconventional way. So we can expect over the next year and a half that power structures are going to start breaking down. That's already begun. I mean, the normal way of doing things, the normal ways of how power works globally, politically. So this is on a personal level, I mean, there's always the planetary and the personal going on. So planetarily, this is a big shifting time in the next year and a half. Being that Leo represents power structures, governments, and politics in general, large organizations. So these going through change, rethinking things, and letting go of old ways of doing things. K2 represents letting go and rethinking. Okay. So then, so if Rahu in Aquarius represents the bigger cause, that K2's function is to be less focused on the individual glory, you might say, or individual power, but more of the power, a different way of organizing power, you might say. So the breaking down of old power structures is how I would put it. But that can also, on a personal level, this could be the breaking down of our own pride. Leo is a sign of pride, breaking down of our own ways of doing things, let's say, or creative expressions. So this is really the opportunity going forward. How can we be more authentic and more aligned with not only the collective good, but our own personal good? You might say this axis is getting amplified by Rahu and Ketu's presence for the next year and a half until November 25th, 2026. So the other thing I would say is this is also about collaboration. And that's another key word for the sign of Aquarius. Like, how can we innovate in a collaborative way amongst global entities? So, but then, of course, on the personal level, this is also how can we find our community, our niche within society? So this again is an axis of flux and of change. So this applies personally to us and planetarily. And so some ideas to think about. So we'll stop here, and I look forward to our next video coming soon. Namaste.